Big Zeus. Big Zeus. Pull up to the gate at 1600 on the map. Yeah, off the beat of people's house, I make it like a trap. Marble floors and chandeliers, I'm balling through the wall. Power to the people, yeah, I gotta make that call. Trapping for the team, red and white and blue, that's me. Voices on the block, I'm breaking through, I got the keys. I'm in the lobby, yeah, I'm moving like an OG. Posted in the Oval Office in the executive suite. Yeah, signing for the fam, yeah, you know my game strong. Freedom is the banner, and I got my chains on. Secret Service watching snipers sleeping on the roof. Truth is hitting hard, I bury you inside the booth. Founding father's vision, yeah, I'm flexing with this cash. Big pharma, big tech, turn these dreams to bag. I'm the voice of the hood, trying to come and storm the gates. Balance in my hand, but the system's overweight.
They painted white, yeah, but the stains running deep. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
But you know it ain't coming cheap. Legends walk these rooms.
Lincoln MLK, now it's photo ops, power plays all day. I'm trapping for the vote. Big Zeus. Good morning. Good morning. Nice to see you.
Knocking on the door. Big Zeus.
You get off, champ. Hey. Oh. Who you think they asking for? They asking for that smoke. Hey. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show. 1600 got your soul WVIP. Greatest story ever told. I will never ever fold. I'm trapping out the West Wing, doing deals all in the dark, making dreams come true. All I need is a spark. One phone ringing, but you don't know who is on the line. Got the Constitution jumping, yeah, you know. Oh yeah. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's Thursday. You know, Thursday and Friday. It's an abbreviated show, so we're gonna get in and out as quick as we can. Good morning, Rick.
Make them wanna fight. 1600, do it all day, all night. The people's house is a trap. Got the power, get it back. Money talk loud. Time
all right, ladies and gentlemen.
Fight for the keys, that's a fact. It's a right, I'ma bring it back. In the people's house.
Wow, so lovely to see you.
It's the people's house. We knocking on your door. It's the people's house. We wanna end this on
Big Zeus. Good morning.
Big Zeus.
Hope you all are doing okay. Let's go ahead and get this show started, ladies and gentlemen. We don't got much time, all right? We don't got much time to get in and out, all right? Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show. Yes.
It's like a curse.
It really is.
And I can't escape it.
It really is like a curse, ladies and gentlemen. I'm like the Terminator screaming, I'll be back. Good morning. It's like every week you gotta take out that trash. I'm on top of my game, ahead of the class. You can tell that I made it. Look at my grass. Cars in the garage, tank full of gas. Let's go. Good morning. Sitting in my living room, screaming how we made it. This really is. I guess we going viral cause my Zodiac. Ooh, I got all these numbers on my spreadsheet. Benjamin Franklin is my bestie. Let's go. Let's go. There's my ex, that mean they left me. That's funny. I thought of that. Only the real could relate. You understand what I mean. Alicia, really? Here goes. Listen up, Alicia. This is Alicia right here.
Shit was
That's her.
it was horrible. I'm like, Zeus has gone way off the rails.
Oh, look at Alicia. Look at Alicia in my comment section. Oh my God. All right. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, we are back in the Thunderdome. I'm your host, I'm your pilot, and I hope you all had a good 24-hour break since we last checked in with each other, okay? But yes, once again, I'm back in the Thunderdome. I'm your host, I'm your pilot, and you know exactly why we are here. Is there an echo? Do you hear an echo? Maybe. Let me maybe. We can do it. All right, okay, no echo. All right, you can hear me. All right, so look. let's get straight into it. It's an abbreviated show, 1 hour, and we're going to get in and out as quick as possible, which means I got to get through my content. So for those of you, this might be your first time tuning in. I go by the name Zeus, or as some like to say, Triple H. And why do they call me Triple H? Well, it's quite simple. The first H is because I'm honest. The second H is because I'm humble. And the last and the final H, ladies and gentlemen, it's really because I am and will always remain, you've guessed it, the most handsome. Hey, Teddy, you and Alicia get a room. Seriously. If you're not going to send a request to come up here, just zip it. Now, along those lines, many of you are very familiar with what we do over here in the kingdom, and this is the backup to the backup account, all right? But maybe the other account will be back soon, all right? Because they got on me because they said, Zeus, you're being too harsh on the Trump supporters. And so, okay, I'll kind of give you a bit of a heads up then. What we do is we hold Donald J. Trump and his legion of MAGA demons, you know, people like Teddy and Alicia. We hold them accountable for their dirty, disgusting, filthy deeds, as well as their crimes. And believe you me, ladies and gentlemen, isn't it safe to say that when it comes to just crimes and bad behavior and all that nasty stuff that goes on in the world, isn't it fair to say that Donald Trump and his supporters, they seem to have hit the jackpot, right? And so what I'll do is this, is there anybody out there that still supports Donald Trump? I already know the answer, so I know you are. Let me go ahead and give you just a quick warning. If you don't want me to ruin your breakfast, your lunch, your dinner, like I did that guy Jeff yesterday, he got in my box. Him and DJ, they really tried their best to defend Donald Trump. But once I got done with them, there was really nothing else left to do other than to send them straight to hell, right? So if you don't want to experience that, like I said, leave my platform right now. You could go hang out with these fake TikTok hosts because they will lie to you. But over here, we have no reason to lie to you. You go hang out with them, they'll lie to you, they'll take your money, and then they'll say, all right, now come on back tomorrow. There's more where that came from, all right? Almost sort of like that show, Leave It to Beaver, in a way, right? I won't do that to you. I'll just tell you straight up, either we're going to get along or we're not. And if we don't, guess what? You're going to go straight to hell. So if you don't want to experience that, like I said, leave right now because it's going to get very, very uncomfortable. But get this, you don't got to take my word for it. Listen to your leader.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country, if you're not happy here, you can leave.
Yep.
If you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now. Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.
All right, and so with that, ladies and gentlemen, the doors to the Thunderdome, they've officially closed. Many of you know me. I don't care what side of the aisle you're on. You know, sparks are going to start flying. Some of these conversations, they might go in places I never knew they would go, but we're going to get through them together. But grab your shields and whatever you need, all right? Because, you know, there's things that just need to be said so that we can break this dark curse that this country is under right now as a result of Donald J. Trump and his legion of MAGA demons. So what we'll do is we'll get straight into probably what the biggest scandal is right now that's going on right now. How many of you were watching Donald Trump yesterday, or maybe even saw clips of it? And this is the background. Yeah, this is the background. No, I have the gavel, but I can't put it on TikTok, all right? Because they say I'm too bad, I'm too mean with it. Like, that's a huge W, Zeus. Yeah. So, you know, yesterday, and I you know, I'm just going to say how I think about this. So yesterday, we all heard what Donald Trump was doing yesterday. And what we'll do is we'll listen to some of this. He had a roundtable meeting. You know, I mean, this is some Hollywood stuff, if you ask me. We all know right now Donald Trump is doing very terribly in the poll numbers, right? And I mean, whenever Donald Trump is just, he knows that it's not looking good. He has this clever strategy. He just knows how to pull a rabbit out of the hat and trick his base. Am I the only one that feels that way? It seems like, you know, remember last year when there was the campaign and Biden dropped out, and you know, but Biden was going to beat him, and then Kamala comes in, and then all of a sudden his poll numbers start to plummet, and then next thing you know, oh, we have the Butler incident. Oh my God! And then we had another incident after that. Somebody was around his property at Mar-a-Lago. I mean, I'm like, every time there's something going on where he knows he's about to lose, we get some weird random event coming out, all right? And then, you know, this year, you know, he's only been in here, a few months, and look at that. What was his name? CK. You can't say his name on TikTok because they get. And then the CK incident. MAGA really thought the CK incident was going to propel them through the midterms, right? And so it's not working with that. And so now yesterday, and I'm sitting here watching, and you could go watch it for yourself. This thing is what, an hour and a half. Donald Trump invites strictly right-wing influencers to participate in a roundtable on Antifa, right? The man could barely keep himself awake. Man, this man, we know Donald Trump isn't running the country, right? This guy's falling asleep. His jawline slouched, and he's barely able to keep a sentence strung together. I mean, he doesn't know what's going on. And it's looking bad because the government is shutting down. The government has shut down. Our grocery prices are through the roof. Our utility bills are through the roof, right? Car insurance through the roof. Fire insurance through the roof. I mean, the country is literally just the worst, in the worst shape possible. And this man knows come midterms, it's going to be the season of accountability because the Democrats, we're going to make sure we know what Pam Bondi did. Pete Keg's breath. We're going to make sure we know what Marco Rubio did. I mean, not just the Grindr stuff, because that's definitely, we have to investigate their activity on the Grindr. But we're going to get to the bottom of everything Donald Trump has been doing and not doing. And so, first thing I want to do is just listen to this stuff right here. This is the stuff that these right-wing influencers were saying. I mean, you can listen to these crybabies. This was not even I wouldn't even consider this a serious event. This was... I have Teddy. Biden slept all the time. Kathy, really? Kathy. Hey, Kathy. I'm gonna ask Kathy to send me a guest request or anyone else out there. I am getting annoyed, and I'm a man of, I have a lot of patience. I'm getting very annoyed with this simple-minded nonsense that MAGA. Tell her, Kathy, sentence structure and grammar is not your strong suit. W. Rick, thank you. If you are a Trump supporter and we are having a conversation, I'm going to have to make this a new rule. And I'm asking you about stuff Donald Trump is doing. And you turn around in some sort of state of confusion, start to bring up President Biden or Barack Obama or Bill Clinton or any other Democrat. I'm just going to end the conversation, right? Because I'm really at the point now where if you're going to use a Democrat as an excuse to justify what Donald Trump is doing, then at this point, just give us the Democrat instead, right? I don't need a watered down Democrat like Donald Trump. Just give me the real Democrat, all right? All right. Other than that, I need you to actually go back to whatever place you came from, Kathy, and get me concrete information and evidence to support why you still support Donald Trump doing it. And the answer can't be because Joe Biden did it, because then that would make you a Democrat. And that's a huge W, Zeus. I just thought of that, Kathy. If you use a Democrat to justify what Trump is doing, then that makes you a Democrat, right? And that's your worst nightmare, all right? And I just proved that, W. And the audience agrees with me. The audience agrees with me. They don't agree with MAGA. So let's listen to a quick moment about these therapy sessions. This was a therapy session. And since these folks don't want to be labeled Antifa, then the opposite of Antifa means you're a fascist, right? So this is a roundtable meeting that involves Donald Trump and a bunch of right-wing influencers, or as we commonly refer to them as fascists. This is a fascist meeting taking place. And what makes it even more alarming, how many of you have heard Trump supporters, especially the MAGA men that drive those big old trucks and black trucks, and they take the pictures of themselves and their muscles and they call themselves alphas? You heard that? I'm listening to them crying about Antifa. First of all, I've never met anyone, honestly, that runs and works at I've never met them, right? I get the idea of what it is. It's anti-fascist. I get that. But I've never seen an organization, a building, or anything. And these people, I mean, you have to ask yourselves, how do they know so much about Antifa without being Antifa, number one? And then whatever happened to y'all just being a bunch of strong men and women out here standing on business? Let's listen to one of these right-wing influencers just recall one of the things that happened to him. And according to him, he didn't do anything to check their IDs or anything. He just basically said they roughed him up pretty bad. All right, let me see if I could get one of these crybabies to go on record and tell us what happened. All right.
People. And they said, we don't care.
Hold on.
But nothing is guaranteed, and so what I want to see...
Hold on, I'm going to get it.
No problem.
It's concerning to me that you're seeing the Portland Police Department, as well as the governor of Oregon, and the mayor, of course, coming out and running defense for pedophiles that have entered the country illegally 5 times. It's crazy. I'm glad it's taking a front row seat in the media. And, they're being forced to talk about it in reality because, we're the ones that were on the ground. We're the ones that are actually reporting what's going on. Much of the legacy media has been either ignoring it or covering for Antifa for years now. So thank you guys so much for taking this seriously. And President Trump, you mentioned that flag. Sir?
So I'm just going to stop this crybaby in the middle of his session right now. And I'm just going to say this. So what he said, which was very alarming, is he said that someone is, I guess, the media, they're running cover for what he says is P3DOs. How many of you out there actually think the media is running cover for P3DOs? Or do we think these right-wing influencers, including Donald Trump's entire administration, is actually running cover for the P3DOs? Which one is it? Good morning, Christina. Nice to see you. All right. Thank you, Eugene. So let's just go ahead and clear this up. The only people running cover for P3DOs are Donald Trump's, his administration, Pam Bondi. And they're running cover for the Grindr thing as well, right? They won't come clean and release the Grindr files, and they won't come clean and release the Epstein files. But for some strange reason, they claim to be Christians in Christ. Like, none of us buy this. And so it's funny that that was the thing they were talking about, and then they're trying to layer that with Antifa. None of us buy that. And then so let's listen to one of them recount a story when he was viciously assaulted by Antifa.
They were concerned about racism or all these other lies. And so for the next 4 years, I just continued going out with my video camera. I thought, look, people can ignore what I write because of spin, but videos can quite speak for themselves.
Right.
And in 2019, it led to me nearly losing my life. I was covering another Antifa protest turned riot.
All right, so let me say this to you right-wing crybabies. Just stay home. Y'all ain't built like that, all right? Y'all not really built to be out here in these streets and dealing with the impact of what goes down in these streets. And you got to take it from me as a brother out here in the world, right? A lot of us, you get out of the streets, you don't want to be in the streets. But for some strange reason, y'all think y'all could go into these streets like superheroes. And then when things happen, you want to turn around and cry about it, and you want to blame it Antifa. No, I'm going to be honest with you. It's like any other situation. You see the crime going on in these, you like to say black on black crime. It's the same thing. You get out here in these streets. If you get out here in these streets and you try to get active, then guess what? The streets will speak for themselves, W. Zeus. And I just thought of that. The streets will take care of it. If you don't have what I like to call common sense, right? If you don't understand that you cannot go out into these streets and look like a sucker or a loser and think that something won't happen, you don't have common sense. All right, so I'm going to just caution everybody, use your better judgment. This has nothing to do with Antifa. This has a lot to do with people going out into these neighborhoods and communities they've never been in, and they don't understand. They look like they don't belong there. And what that does is it causes the folks that are in those areas to look at you and wonder what's going on. Things happen. And then if you are, you just got to be more mindful. So I'm going to dismiss his claim that this was Antifa. And I'm just going to say, hey, champ, do me a favor. W. Rick. And I'm just going to say, hey, champ, do us all a favor. All you right-wing influencers, and you can see they got manicures and pedicures on their hands. So they ain't ever been in these streets. Just stay at home and keep the camera going inside the house. Don't get out here in the streets, all right? Because it's really dangerous out here. All right. You have the right to speak freely, and no one's really going to worry about that. But when you get out here in the real world, it's a completely different thing. It's really like the jungle. And you know what? There's something that I have to also say to people. Like, the jungle isn't a safe space. If you go out in the wild, things happen. You can't get mad at a lion for being a lion. You can't get mad at a hyena for doing what hyenas do. That's just what they do. W's. All right, Kimmy. Come on up here, Kimmy. You've begged me for my attention. Come on up here. Let's have this. Let's get this love motion out of the way. All right, I get it. You're obsessed with Big Zeus. And you come in here begging me for my attention, and I'm not interested. So I want you to at least come up here real quickly, or I'll let the mods deal with you and explain to me how you personally believe that I'm, she says, somehow encouraging violence. No, I'm promoting safety. Kimmy, see, you probably would tell your children to go out in the streets and play and get in the highway and play. I'm telling them not to do that. All right. That's all I'm trying to say. I'm trying to say, use this up here. All right. A lot of people in this country have what they call mental health issues. Have you heard of that, Kimmy? So you don't know what a person is thinking. So the best thing to do is to think ahead and say, why would I put myself in a dangerous situation? All right. And then if you know that situation could potentially be dangerous, if you decide to go in there, then you have to take accountability that as an adult, you put yourself in that situation. Or you can use common sense and say, you know what, that's not really a safe thing for me. I need to get back home to my family. And so what I will do is not do that. So that's what I'm trying to highlight, Kimmy. But if you don't want to come up here, I understand it, because you know what'll happen, right? We're going to call you out for your hypocrisy. All right. The real threat to this country, Kimmy, and I'll be real honest, is what Donald Trump is doing with our National Guard. Yeah. Imagine this, Kimmy. You have a child or something like that, and then ICE hops out and just throws your child to the floor. They think something's going on. They could be in the country illegally. And then you're going to go, oh, that's not really fair. But that's what Donald Trump is doing to everyone else. Why do you think he won't do it to you? That's another W, Zeus. So what I want to then get to, because there's just a bunch of crying going on, is this moment in the press conference, or yeah, they call this, it's a therapy session, when Marco Rubio makes an appearance. All right, and we're gonna go through this together. All right, let's look at what little old Marco Rubio did real quick. All right, because again, when I saw this, I just instantly thought lights, camera, action. This looks like it's straight out of a Hollywood movie. So this is when Marco Rubio comes in to hand Donald Trump a note about some sort of ceasefire in Israel. Now, peace is always a great thing. I definitely am proud of that, but you just can't help but wonder, was this another staged event? Because guess what? Like I said, Donald Trump's poll numbers are tanking, right? And he needs something. He needs something to just get him back into the positive territory, because his poll numbers are tanking, and he knows comes midterm, you know what they call it? Project 2026. You ever seen it? You ever heard of it? Project 2026 is basically when the Democrats take over Congress and we begin making all of these Donald Trump cabinet members testify under oath in Congress, right? And so Donald Trump's clearly afraid of this. All right, let's see. All right. Let me see. Gemini, you want to come up here? If not, okay. Well,
should absolutely be prosecuted, in my opinion.
Daniel. And by the way, we have Marco Rubio. Marco, come on up here, please.
Marco, come on up here.
He's going to bring a little stability to this group. Come on up. Does everybody know Marco Rubio? Is there anybody that doesn't? Some of the reporters don't. That's why they shouldn't be reporters.
Which job is he here for today?
Come on up here, Marco. Anything we should know about the Middle East?
So that was a dead giveaway. First, anyone know who Marco Rubio is? Anything we should know about the Middle East? And I'm sitting here thinking to myself, isn't it so interesting? Because MAGA right now, there's a divide in MAGA right now. You can watch Candace Owens. You can not look at what she's talking about. There's a divide in MAGA right now over the Middle East, right? And I said, isn't it so interesting that this stunt right here, lights, camera, action, it took place when a bunch of right-wing influencers were randomly at the White House with this ridiculous press conference. It's random, right? It's almost like it's a coordinated strategy to try to help Donald Trump get a Nobel Peace Prize. Oh, who said Nobel Peace Prize? And they're there. They don't even, these folks go there thinking they're venting about Antifa and getting a therapy session, but they don't understand. They're welcome to Pee Wee's Playhouse with Donnie. Once again, you saw what I did to CK. Now I got you in here, and let's see if y'all are really ready to help Daddy get that Nobel Peace Prize. All right, yeah, I don't care about Antifa. You saw him falling asleep, and so let's just listen to how this all unfolds. All right.
He's done a good job. He was born for this job. I can tell you. Daniel, please.
Thank you very much. I have 2 questions for you, if that's okay. Shane has talked a little bit about the money aspect of this. Do you believe if you go after where the money is coming from with Antifa, in regards to Antifa, do you believe that would be similar to cutting the head off the snake, so to speak? And
It would help. I don't know that it would be totally complete, but it would certainly, you'd knock out 75%, 80%, 85%. These people.
Now let's get to the fun part.
They're smart, but they're not smart enough.
Go ahead, Rubio. Hand him that note. Oh, he's reading the note.
By these liberals.
He's reading the note. This is how he looks reading the note. And I got all these right-wing influencers here too. All right, I think this will boost my poll numbers. I think that's what this will do. What I'll do is go ahead and... I don't care about Antifa. Let's get this thing back on track.
For so many years. And that's why we're all working with Treasury, with all these different departments to find the criminal conspiracy.
What are you saying? I don't care what Pam's saying. What do you say? Okay.
I'm just giving.
Oh, okay. Let me get back to what I'm talking about now.
Yeah,
My
I was
poll
just given
numbers.
a note by the Secretary of State saying that we're very close to a deal in the Middle East, and they're going to need me pretty quickly. So I will take a couple of more questions.
Oh, so I don't give a darn about Antifa. I just got a note. And they need me. All right, they need daddy right now. What do they need daddy to do? There's a social media post that we want you to approve Donald Trump. You can't do it right here. We need you to leave this set and get over here and approve that. But guess what? What you did is outstanding, Donald. You did an outstanding job tricking these right-wing influencers to come here and promote the idea that Donald Trump needs a Nobel Peace Prize. You did announce, this is some of your, this is right up there with Butler, Donnie. We got to give you a round of applause. And just like that, MAGA fell for it. And this is why I got to do it. And I don't want to do the Lake of Fire, but I got to do it. I mean, listen, Donald Trump doing your job as the president of the United States, you should do that without all of this fake stunt acting and stuff like that. Biden negotiated a ceasefire before he left. And as I understand, this is only one step in a 20-point peace plan. We're only at step 1. And these right-wing influencers, they're not being as transparent as they should be, because they really should just turn their platforms and start promoting Donald Trump being a Nobel Peace Prize recipient. But instead, they're going, I thought we were going there to talk about Antifa, but I guess he doesn't care. Yeah. Donald Trump manipulated you. And I'm not falling for it, but I know you will. So ladies and gentlemen, join me in warming up the Lake of Fire. Yeah. Paz, am I lying? Y'all keep falling for this. Every time his poll numbers start to tank, I promise you, he'll have another Hollywood production for you. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in sending Donald J. Trump and his gullible supporters where they belong, straight to hell.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
W. Zeus. Hey, good morning, William. Good morning. How are you? Are you enjoying the show that I'm putting on today, this morning?
I'm doing all right. Why don't y'all Democrats stop spreading lies on Trump? Because all you got against him is because he cannot be bought, will not be bought, and he's doing every damn thing he said he was going to do.
Oh, well,
he's making America great, dropping prices, and all y'all do is fucking lie.
Hey, now you know I don't cuss on my show, and are you aware you're on a show?
I don't give a damn what I'm on. You lying sack of Siberian sheep shit.
You see the audience is booing. They're booing you now, William.
I don't give a shit. I enjoy the Yahoo crowd.
They're booing you. So can we get back?
I don't care.
Listen, can we
Y'all
get back
ain't
to
nothing but a bunch of lying tards.
Can we at least try to have an American conversation real quick? Because I don't.
The best thing you do is just get off this lie, because I'm reporting you for lying.
Oh, okay. Well, listen, William. Here, how about this? All right, and I get it. I must have really blown. Ladies and gentlemen, William has left the building. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, join me in sending William, who's just left the building where he belongs, straight to hell. It doesn't take long. Yeah, he got blocked. He got blocked too.
Silence.
He got blocked.
You
See when that W is and let that be an example, ladies and gentlemen. Why was William upset? It's because I pulled the curtain back and I exposed this Hollywood stunt Donald Trump did that's caused him to be, manipulated. Imagine being William W. Terra. Imagine being William, realizing that he fell for it again. All right, yeah, so I'm going to move on and finish doing what I was doing, William. And this is what I wanted to follow up that last part with. It's the reality that, William, if you don't believe that, what was I going to say? If you don't believe that Donald Trump is doing this simply to trick you into getting and supporting him getting a Nobel Peace Prize, let me go ahead and play this little audio for you. This is Fox News this morning. Brian Mast, Representative Brian Mast, he says everybody has been talking about it. Will he get a Nobel Peace Prize? And so I'll just enter this as evidence.
Everybody's been talking about, will he get the Nobel Peace Prize? Those groups of academics and elites sitting in Norway, that board of people that decides this, they need to give President Trump the Nobel Peace Prize for his efforts on this. India, Pakistan, Armenia, Azerbaijan, Democratic Republic of Congo, and Rwanda. The list goes on and on. He's done more in 10 months to make it actually mean something when people say the full weight and force of the United States of America. He's done more to make that mean something in 10 months than what's been done over the last 5 years. And that is bringing peace through strength. I'm not certain that the board in Norway that looks at this believes in peace through strength. I think they believe in peace through pandering. But just thank God for the work that President Trump, his envoy Steve Witkoff, Jared Kushner, his son-in-law, that they have been doing on this means so much to the world, peace throughout the Middle East, and for all of those families.
So that's Fox News this morning, basically amplifying the Hollywood production that we all saw unfolding yesterday. All right. And so once again, MAGA, how do you feel? Every day Donald Trump tricks you all into his new scheme, his new scam. That's why I say, MAGA, Donald Trump is definitely worthy of being in the Guinness Book of World Record. He doesn't deserve a Nobel Peace Prize, but he's definitely worthy of being in the Guinness Book of World Records. All right, because I've never seen Rick, by the way, Rick, I've never seen someone so successful at tricking a lot of people on a regular and consistent basis like Donald Trump has. I mean, as soon as this little therapy session ended, all you could see on X was a bunch of right-wing people saying, now, doesn't he deserve the Nobel Peace Prize? Doesn't he deserve the Nobel Peace Prize? You got Fox News blasting, doesn't he deserve, if he doesn't get it for this, then what? And I'm going, wow, that's obviously some clever marketing that Donald Trump is doing, because the only people that buy that are his supporters. All right, but the rest of the world, we don't buy that. Not while there's a government shutdown. Not while millions of Americans are about to lose their medical insurance. Not while grocery prices are through the roof. I haven't forgotten about that. You're not swearing in members of Congress. Adelita from Arizona, you're not doing any of that. You haven't capped credit card interest at 10%. Donald Trump hasn't done anything, to be quite honest. And this little thing is only one of 20 things that they're supposed to do to get peace. This is not worthy of a Nobel Peace Prize, but it is worthy of him being a Guinness Book of World Record Demon of the Year. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, join me once again in warming up this lake of fire. This is for all of the Trump supporters that are too ignorant, blind, and dumb to recognize Donald Trump is stringing them along and robbing them blind. Do us all a huge favor and go straight to hell. Wow, y'all really angry this morning. All right. Silence, you. All right. All right, now let's go to the audience, because like I said, this is a very abbreviated show, but you get what I was trying to lay down. I hope you all gathered the information that I'm giving you and do your own research at the end of the day. But what we're pointing out right now is this is all a Hollywood act that Donald Trump is doing. We know real work when we see it. And as far as I'm concerned, no relief has been allocated or provided for us, the American people. All right. The tariffs are still, doing a number on a lot of us. and we're not seeing any signs of relief. So to hell with Donald Trump and his publicity stunts to try to raise his poll numbers. No, the best thing that we can do, ladies and gentlemen, is stay the course and make sure that come midterms, we all vote this demon out of office. Seriously. All right, now let's go. Let's go to the audience. Do I have anybody out there that still supports Donald Trump, especially after that very elaborate, very compelling case I've just made about why you didn't support him? Is there anyone out there that still supports Donald Trump? Identify yourselves in the comment section, all right? Come on up here. It doesn't take long. Let's see. No, I need real Trump voters. I need real Trump supporters. Go ahead and identify yourselves. All right. Oh, Kelton doesn't like to be how do I like to think about it? Kelton is not a serious Trump supporter, in my opinion. He's a contrarian, and his whole thing is he just wants to be anti-Zeus. All right, because every time I ask Kelton just very simple questions, we get absolutely nowhere. I'm looking for someone like that previous guest, perhaps. All right, that actually really does support their daddy. Trump is my daddy. Oh, now that right there. Let's see. Let's prove it. Prove to us that Trump. What did you say? I love Trump is my daddy. Yeah, slice of bread. Come on up here if you don't mind. All right, so slice of bread, here we go. When we don't get any action, we just tell the mods to mute you, because this is serious. We're trying to save America, and joking around, this isn't funny. Slice of bread. Slice of bread, you want to unmute yourself?
Hello?
Yeah, hey. I can hear you.
I can hear you.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Sir. Yes, sir.
How old are you?
43.
And what part of America do you dwell in? What part of the
The
country?
lovely state of Pennsylvania.
All right, shout out to Pennsylvania. Now,
Who
you
has
wrote in the
controlled the
comment.
last 6 elections, by the way?
Huh?
Who has controlled the last 6 elections, by the way?
Who?
Pennsylvania.
Oh, well, that's
Every
interesting.
time Pennsylvania voted, that president won.
Oh, so that's your way of looking at it. Fair enough. That's an interesting point to make. But
No,
can I
it's
ask
true.
you? Can I ask you an honest question though? Can you turn the TV down? What's going on? Is that Fox?
No, it's CNN.
Okay,
I don't
can you
watch
turn?
Fox News.
Can you turn the TV down at least? Because I'm trying to hear you.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I had to turn it on CNN.
Yeah.
Newsmax, whatever.
Yeah. I knew it.
They're all fake.
Yeah. Okay. So you said Trump is your daddy.
Yes.
Okay. Why?
Because he doesn't care what people like you think of him. That's why.
Oh, okay. And so, what does that have to do with your grocery prices?
Nothing.
Okay. So
I can afford life, so I'm not worried about who's president.
So I thought you cared about egg prices and your utility bills and stuff like that. Is that you don't care
No,
about
I
those
was just
things?
jagging around. I really don't care about prices. I live pretty comfortably.
Okay.
I have a good job. I'm a big union guy. I don't really care.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. All right. So you think Donald Trump's doing an outstanding job?
I don't let him control my life, so I guess.
But what do you think he's doing in terms of like good work right now? Because he said he's had.
I didn't say he was doing good, but
Oh, okay. So
I didn't say he was doing good, but I don't. He doesn't control my life like Sleepy Joe Biden.
Well, Donald Trump sleeps a lot more than Joe Biden. And remember I said earlier that if you bring up the Joe Biden stuff, then we're really not going to have a good conversation. The real thing that I wanted to check in with you about is this. So right now we have a president, so to speak, and he's really not that competent. You know what I mean?
Yep.
He rambles.
Yep.
How do you feel about him being in the Epstein files?
There's many of them, but whatever. That's his. I don't like him as that type of person. He's a president.
You don't like the fact that he's in the files?
No, I don't like anyone that's in the files. But there's a lot of
But Biden's
a lot
not
of people.
in the files.
Clinton is.
Yeah, but Biden's not in the files. Trump is. Isn't that enough to at least make you say, well, maybe I shouldn't support a guy that might have been harming kids and stuff like that?
I don't support any of those guys.
Well, Pam Bondi said he was in the files. Remember back in May?
I support Nancy Pelosi, and that's it.
Yeah, I think that You know, I'm having a
Chilling
hard.
by.
Yeah. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. There you go. That slice of bread, and ladies and gentlemen, that's another MAGA demon.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
Wow. Yeah. Y'all see what's going on out here, right? Do we have anybody else? You would think that we could get someone that represents the cult to be a little more put together, but you know what I thought when I started listening to him, and I could tell right away. I said, typical suspect. These are the type of folks the National Guard really should be going after. That's what I started to think initially. Like, this is somebody the National Guard really should come and get, one of those homegrown ones, if you know what I mean. And like I say, the most dangerous thing in this country is an uninformed, uneducated Trump supporter. Yeah. Because he doesn't know the damage he's doing with just being ignorant like that. What a disgrace, W. Zeus. You can't, it's like MAGA clearly doesn't, they don't like themselves, they don't like this country. It's always that with MAGA. You can't get these folks to act patriotic or be patriotic at all. Who do we got next? Luca da Vinci. MAGA is anti-American, yeah. W Zena, let's go. All right, Luca. We're having a very, very difficult time with MAGA this morning. All right. You would have thought they would have been a lot happier, but we'll move it along. All right, Luca da Vinci, you can go back and do what you were doing. We're not getting any action out of you. Let's go. W Zena, yeah, W Zeus. All right. Who do we got next? All right. The liberals love the black on black crime. All right, Vince, come on up here real quick. I don't got all morning to do this, Vince. Come on up here. And if you don't get up here, I'll just ask the mods. Please put Vince in a straight jacket. We have a country that's going straight to hell, and none of these Trump supporters seem to care. All right, let's see. Zeus T in the hospital. Okay, you can't handle the truth. Come on up here and give me the truth. As you can see, I'm two for two so far. All right, in terms of just handling the truth. Every Trump voter that gets up here, they totally embarrass themselves. They're a huge disgrace. All right. All right, let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see. All right, I'll bring up Takesha. Welcome, Takesha. How you doing? Good morning, Takesha. How are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. Just taking out the trash as usual.
Giving a peace prize to Trump would be like giving a peace prize to Jeffrey Dahmer. Why does
think
he
so?
deserve? Zeus, let me say this. When you start all kind of unrest and taking peace from the country you're actually over, why do you deserve a peace prize, Zeus?
You don't.
You were liable for SA.
Yeah.
That should be the number one reason you don't get it. You're a convicted felon. That should be a reason you don't get it. You stand up in front of other countries and talk about the country and the leaders. That's the reason you shouldn't get it.
Yeah.
You think Antifa is a group. You definitely don't need it. What? Just because President Obama got one does not mean you gotta have. Stop being so jealous of this man, Trump.
Jealousy will ruin you. You know, it'll ruin a good person if they let it, take over their heart, so to speak. You know what I mean?
Zeus, at the end of the day, that's all it's about.
Yeah.
If Obama hadn't got one, Trump would be standing no peace prize. He want to outdo he want everything Obama got, and he want to try to outdo him. Go sit down, Donald Trump. I wouldn't care who nominated him. If he get that prize, Zeus, they may the integrity of the prize is over.
Yeah. Yep. Because how could you give a man a Nobel Peace Prize that's literally weaponizing the military against his own citizens, his own country?
Absolutely, Zeus. And I don't care about that stunt they pulled yesterday. Them folks have already selected who they gonna select. And they ain't finna change who they select. Because Mark Rubio handed you a note yesterday that somebody was gonna get the picture of. Cut it out, Trump.
Yep.
Cut it out.
They're saying nobody's been able to bring peace to the Middle East in 3,000 years. What do you think about that? It's almost like Trump thinks he's God.
Zeus,
Yeah.
Zeus, as soon as they sign that deal, Benjamin Netanyahu gonna go back on it. As soon as it's signed.
That part. Yeah.
Stop it, Trump.
Yep.
Ain't nobody falling for that. Well, I ain't gonna send nobody. MAGA falling for it.
MAGA. Yeah. Yeah, you telling the truth. W, Takesha, ladies and gentlemen. Because, I saw that whole thing unfolding, and I just saw lights, camera, action. Here we go. Because there's real issues that this country is dealing with, right? The government is shut down. And as far as I'm concerned, I have not seen any signs of relief. Have you?
I have seen nothing, Zeus. Just like Kristen Noem got on that building like she was Superman, able to leap in a single bound, looking down, and nothing's going on down there. That looked ridiculous, telling that lie that she got the girlfriend or the organizer of Antifa when there is no organization named Antifa. That's a lie.
Yeah.
And I want to address something from yesterday, and then I'm going to drop down.
Okay, go for it.
Because DJ said he didn't see anything wrong with what Trump was doing by sending the National Guard into other states without the permission of the governor.
Correct. He did say that.
That's just like you over there disciplining your child at your house. And you talking to your child, you putting your child on punishment, and your neighbor walk in your house without announcing himself and come in with some switches to whoop your child because you ain't disciplining your child the way he wants you to discipline your child. That's what it looks like Donald Trump is doing. You just taking over these folks' state because you ain't nobody gave you permission to come in. You just coming in these folks' state trying to take over what they already doing because you want to do it better.
Yeah. And he's the last person, honestly, that should be talking about he has a criminal. He has a problem with criminals. When he clearly is the criminal, right? He's the biggest criminal in the country.
Zeus, they're just like somebody they're just like saying, well, you considered a addict because you smoke Brox 7 times a week.
Yeah.
But I ain't no addict because I just smoked 1 time.
Oh, stop it. Huge W, Takesha. Huge W. Thank you. Right.
I'm going to drop after this. Zeus.
All right. Well, listen, if I need you again, I might have to reach out and call somebody. All right. But thank you, as always, for coming up, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give Takesha a huge round of applause. I don't know why. Luca, you're back. Oh, okay. It looks like the connection works this time. Good morning, Luca.
Yeah. Good morning.
All right. I believe we've spoken before, correct?
We have actually.
Okay.
You are obviously scared of real opposition. You wanted the gentleman that was up here 2 people ago rather than me. I had to come up on my second account because you didn't want to talk to me on my Kelton account.
Oh.
You're weak, actually. I wanted to address something that you said a moment ago when you were talking about...
Time out, Kelton. How... Now,
I know you're scared to talk to somebody who's actual opposition.
Okay, just go, because I don't got more
intelligent than you.
Okay, go.
Yeah, I'd like to point out and ask you a question about something you said a few moments ago, a little while ago.
Oh, okay.
You were obviously talking about what's in your background there, your picture. You said it was a production.
Yeah.
And then you said it was up there with what happened in Butler.
Yeah, I did.
Are you familiar with that a man lost his life that day in Butler?
Corey?
You think that was a production?
Corey? Wasn't his name Corey?
His name was Corey, yeah.
So
are you aware that he lost his life?
Wait a minute. So if I could confirm that I know his name, that means I'm familiar, correct?
Yeah, but are you aware that he lost his life?
No, yeah. Duh.
You think that was a production, Zeus? That's pretty disrespectful for that man and his family.
Kelton, can you calm down for a quick second? Have you actually studied that situation? Have you looked at some of the video that has came out subsequent since this thing went down, especially maybe
Absolutely. Absolutely. The man's still dead.
No, so you don't recall seeing what happened to Donald Trump after this reported incident took place? You don't remember seeing all the photographers? Because normally when the president is in danger, they get everybody away from him.
When's the last time you saw a president in danger in public like that?
Hey.
I know you don't want opposition to talk, so go ahead.
Never mind. See, you're not trying to listen. You just want to get up here and be a victim. But I'm going to say
A
this because I
victim.
don't. Yeah,
You're scared to talk to opposition. That's why you say, hey, when I start telling you the actual facts.
okay. So
When's the last time, hold on, when's the last time you saw a president in danger like that
well,
to
that's
make a
happened.
precedent comparison?
Oh, how many presidents before have been under
No,
the?
no, I asked you a question. When's the last time you saw a
Well,
president
personally,
like that? Because you just made a precedent comparison on what the photographers should be doing. So when's
yeah.
the last time
Well,
you saw a president get an assassination attempt like that? Please tell me.
well, how far you want to go back. You saw what happened to JFK, right? That was
What
all
did the
over.
photographers do in JFK? That's no comparison.
Yeah, but then you saw what happened with Reagan. I mean, but the thing is this, and I'm
That's
gonna.
no comparison
Can you?
either. You
Can,
just made a comparison
yeah,
that
and
the photographers should have been
okay.
doing something different.
If I have to mute you,
What
Kelton,
comparison do you have?
if I have to mute you to at least say what I need to say, then
Well,
I'll
you're
do
getting
that.
cornered. You gave me two lame excuses,
So
JFK and Reagan.
yeah.
The fact is, there's no precedent
No,
for
no,
you.
no, 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 no,
You
no,
have
no.
no idea how photographers should act.
I'll mute you.
Is that correct?
Yeah, I actually do. I actually do.
Why? How do you know? Tell me how.
Okay, so what you should be doing is protecting the president after something like that happens, wouldn't you?
Which they did.
No, they didn't.
Yes, they did.
That's the thing. You have not looked at the evidence, but I'll say it.
I have.
Okay, so you saw when it happened, they immediately encircled him and they allowed him to pop up. There wasn't no confirmation that the
There
threat
was.
had. No, no,
There
no.
was a verbal confirmation.
There was
You
no
heard it.
confirmation that the threat had been eliminated. Number one.
There was
Number
a
two.
verbal
Number
confirmation.
two.
You
Number
can hear
two.
it on the video.
Okay,
You're
so
lying.
you're too scared. You're too scared. Every time
Hold on, Zeus.
I'm about to wake you up, and it's
Zeus,
terrifying.
you're lying.
It's terrifying.
There was a verbal confirmation. You hear it on video.
Play it. Play it.
Are you saying? Hold on. Let me get
Play
this
it.
straight.
Play the
Are you
verbal
saying-
confirmation. And this is how
Are
I
you
catch.
saying there was no verbal confirmation?
Correct. It's too early
How
for it to be a
ignorant
verbal
are you of this whole situation? You think you know? You didn't even hear the verbal confirmation.
Okay.
That's embarrassing for you, Zeus. Once
Okay.
again.
Okay,
Now
Kelton.
tell me,
Kelton,
tell me real quick.
Okay, I gotta
tell me how the-
mute Kelton, and I'm gonna tell the audience why Kelton is crashing out. Kelton is crashing out because in that video, you can clearly see the photographers rush around Donald Trump. The flag gets lowered perfectly. The podium gets fixed right in a nice position. The sign dips a little bit. And then they get up. And he comes out and does that little thing. And then, you got the photo with the pew in it. And you can just, how do you take a picture with a pew in the middle of it? Kelton, think about that. Think about the difficulty it would take to capture a pew flying through the air at that precise time. Kelton. And you want to get up here and try to act. No.
The shooter is down. They confirmed.
And so he wants to conflate the sacrifice.
They confirmed the shooter was down.
He wants to conflate the sacrifice being
Muting
made
like a child.
because you're interrupting me.
Again.
If you keep interrupting me, Kelton, I'm going to.
No, real opposition scares you.
I need you to listen to me.
You want some country bumpkin MAGA guy up here. That's who you want. That's what you just said. You said, I don't want to talk to Kelton. He comes with facts, is basically what you're saying.
Okay. I think this comedy act you got going on, it's actually kind of
No,
impressive.
you're upset. That's why you're swaying back and forth. You're nervous. You have actual opposition up here who's calling you out on the non.
What I'll do is this, Kelton, and you can send me a guest request when you calm down, and I'm going to say what I need to say. So that's Kelton right there, who keeps getting tricked by the guy right here that wears this orange makeup and that ridiculous red tie and has a bird's nest on his head. Kelton, you are in a circus right now, and your brain can't see it. So let me make this real clear to you. And if you followed what I was saying, you would be able to track it a lot better. His poll numbers weren't doing that well, so he needed a bailout. And so what did he do? Yeah, he engineered a situation like that in Butler. All right? And if I'm wrong, Kelton, then let me ask you a question, Kelton. Why the heck hasn't there been any congressional investigations into Thomas Matthew Crooks? Why isn't Donald Trump releasing the information, Kelton? Because he's already got what he needs out of you, your soul. You aren't really opposition to me. You're just a contrarian, lost individual who can't actually take time to listen to reasonable thought because your head is so far up Donald J. Trump's diaper, bro. And it's sad. You're a grown man, And you're doing all of this for Donald Trump. But if you were to sit down and actually use a muscle in your brain, and get another wrinkle perhaps, you would actually have to come to a conclusion that perhaps there is something to what's been happening if Donald Trump doesn't want to investigate it and get the real facts out there. Y'all keep saying that person that did that to Trump, he was on the left. He wasn't on the left. He was on the right. Kelton, same thing with CK. And y'all do the same thing. And that's why I'm going to say it to you right now, Kelton. If his poll numbers dip again, and they are, be on the lookout. There will be another Hollywood production for you. And you will be right up here, angry as hell, gaslit, and ready to do the unimaginable against your fellow American because your head is so far up Donald Trump's behind. Go back and rewatch the footage yourself, bro. All right? If you have eyes, use them. All right? And if your eyes look at that video and you don't think there's anything suspicious about it, then you know what? I'm not going to waste my time trying to prove it to you because I'm pretty sure, Kelton, you're the same person that probably believes January 6th was done by Antifa, right? I mean, it's just disgusting. It's really disgusting that Trump supporters would rather get up here and just embarrass themselves. And yeah, I do think you're worse. You're not a country bumpkin. You're not. But you know what? You are a MAGA demon. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in warming up the lake of fire. Kelton is a deranged Trump supporter. And you know what, Kelton? If you would have been in the meeting yesterday that Donald Trump had, that would have made you a fascist. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in sending Kelton where he belongs, straight to hell.
Silence! You never
Now that you know where I stand, Kelton, and I'm going to make this clear to you, there's nothing you can say to me to change my mind about what happened in Butler until Donald Trump decides to have a hearing in Congress about what happened and actually gets us, the American people, all that information. Then I'll say, you know what? And you can go ask DJ. If I need to issue a public apology, I have no problem doing it, Kelton. All right? But the burden isn't on me right now, champ. It's on you. All right? It's so interesting, Kelton, and I'm just going to lay into Kelton because I feel like it. He has time to go after James Comey over nothing. Over nothing. You know the attorney trying to prosecute James Comey hasn't even been a prosecutor for a year or a month? Rookie. This is rookie amateur stuff. Again, Kelton, it's another publicity stunt, champ. Everything he's doing is a publicity stunt, and you can't see it. So, like I said, a lot of you Trump supporters, y'all won't be around come midterms because I look forward to the day Donald Trump takes away Kelton's ability to provide for himself. And it really does become a desperate situation for him, all right? And I'm going to move it on. All right, now, let me move on. Yeah. All right, now I can entertain this knucklehead real quick. All right, now, you know what I said, right?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, no.
So it clearly says in the video, Zeus, that shooter is down. Are you not aware of that?
Play it.
Let me ask you first. You're not aware of that, correct? Yes or no? Okay, so you're uninformed.
Oh, okay, so you don't got it.
Talking about stuff, you're uninformed. Every video of the shooting. Listen, let me finish.
Can you say pew-pewing, by the way? Let's use TikTok.
Sorry. Every video of the pew-pew in Butler, Pennsylvania, when he's still down, before they lift him up, they say shooter is down.
I thought you said not to use that word.
You don't know that. Well, pew-pewer is down.
Play the video for me.
You don't know that.
Play the video. Play the video.
You play the video. Do your own homework, Zeus. Okay. You're uninformed,
Okay,
buddy.
Is that your only thing, Kelton?
No. I think it's hilarious that you conflated those two things. You laugh all day long on this app, so what are you talking about? I think it's hilarious that you conflated those two things and you compared him handing a note as some type of political theater to what happened in Butler, Pennsylvania. A man lost his life. That's disrespectful of you to do that.
Hey,
do you agree?
No. So here's the thing, Kelton.
So you don't care about the man who lost his life.
Have you heard of a movie called Dr. Strangelove?
Yes.
Okay. That's why I said it's a Hollywood production.
I mean, bro, a man lost his life.
No.
So what did he sign up for? He signed up for that? The guy who died?
And you want me to
Look,
explain why?
hold on.
What happened to Herman Cain? What happened to Herman
Hold
Cain?
on.
What happened
Did
to
you
Herman
just
Cain?
shake your head yes?
What happened to Herman Cain?
You are a despicable bitch boy for shaking your head yes. You fucking fool.
It hurts. I know, Kelton. It really does hurt you to know that Donald Trump would do something like that to his own supporter. But I think you need to go do some soul searching, brother, because it's obvious that having conversations about politics, it's way above what you can handle right now. You're emotionally unstable, all right? And so what I'll encourage Kelton to do, ladies and gentlemen, is to go get professional help at this point. But I'm going to stand on what I've said already, Kelton. I asked you very plainly, what happened to Herman Cain? Herman Cain went to a Trump rally, super spreader, and he put his life in that position. So yeah, he did that for the cause. What happened to CK? CK was not CK wasn't Antifa. CK wasn't a Democrat. No. I could play you clips of Donald Trump literally saying things that would basically cause harm to his base. Remember during C-19, you know what he said? Is that you could hit the body with light and then inject with disinfectant. And get this, Kelton, some of his supporters really tried it and lost their lives. I could bring up the Kerr, Texas incident, right? These are Trump supporters. No, we don't need any of that funding Biden's trying to allocate for us to help us get notified when there's natural disaster. No, we don't need that. We need what Donald Trump is offering, which is nothing. Yeah. And guess what? You see what's going on, Kelton. I just covered yesterday Operation Lone Star, how Greg Abbott sent the immigrants to Chicago and all these other sanctuary cities, and then now he's sending the National Guard in there. Yeah, it's political theater, Kelton. And in this political theater that you see happening right now, yes, there are real people being harmed, which explains why you have folks like me every day trying to wake up people in this country and say, hey, I get it. We all love our party or whatever, but it really shouldn't be politics over people. It really should be people first. And what we're dealing with now, Kelton, is the government is shut down. Airplanes falling out of the sky. Yeah. Flights being canceled and delayed. And you think this is a game, Kelton? I thought you were smarter than that. I thought you were smarter than that. And I thought the average Trump supporter was smarter than that. But Kelton, let me give you a little bit of a heads up and why I can't take you seriously. Where was the outrage on January 6th? When Donald Trump tricked you same gullible knucklehead, you knuckle dragging demons into going to the Capitol and doing something not even our enemies were able to do. He tricked you all into doing it. There are Trump supporters right now that are upset with Donald Trump because they're starting to realize that's what he did to them. While you're sitting around here blaming Antifa and BLM and black on black crime. I don't fall for the gaslighting, Kelton. And so get professional help first to control your anger. Because I could tell by the way you allowed, what I did was I challenged your belief system, right? And I could tell that you're the type of person that when your belief system gets challenged, you lash out and perhaps become a harasser and an abuser, right? So you need to work on that, all right? And stay out of politics. That's a huge W, Zeus. I got to get up out of here. Huge W, Zeus, all right? But Kelton, do me another favor. And I hope this helps you become a better person. Go straight to hell.
Silence, you macadamon.
Yeah. And I'm going to say this. If you're in a relationship with a person like Kelton, run for the hills. Now I'm turning into the love guru. If you're in a relationship with someone like Kelton, it's like Maya Angelou said, when someone shows you who they are, believe them. This is a man who worships Donald Trump and doesn't care about his own life. So if he does that, you know he doesn't love you. You know he doesn't care about you. Now, Kelton, you could come back when you apologize to Big Zeus and the rest of us. because you've royally offended all of us. I shouldn't have to be your disciplinarian figure. I shouldn't have to do that. You're older than me. Act like it. Look at how Donald Trump has gotten you, Kelton. You outside of yourself. You're unglued. And Kelton there's a lot of Keltons out there. And I could go on, verbally chastising you for being a disgrace to this country. But I honestly got to move it on. Yeah, Kelton, why aren't you upset about the Epstein files? Yeah. So easy to get up here and try to beat up on Big Zeus. Oh my God, I'm way past my time slot, but I'll try to do a few more. Good morning, Kabir. How are you?
Good morning, Zeus. How are you?
I'm doing good.
Good. Am I coming in clear?
You sure are.
Okay, good. Yeah, I just wanted to answer a few questions for Kelton.
Mm-hmm.
He asked you how many presidents have you seen, So I can say for sure, I was too young for Kennedy, but for sure, Ford and Reagan. And when someone tries to take them out, the Secret Service immediately swarm them. They don't let them get up to take a photo op picture and say, fight, fight, fight. They don't let him get his shoe and put his shoe back on, right? Number two, you don't know how many pew-pewers there are.
Yeah.
Right. So for you just to assume that there's one is preposterous. Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
The next thing is that ear sure did heal mighty quick. I mean, that ear, I don't even see a scar on that ear, right?
And he had them all wearing the badge on their right ear, just confirming,
Exactly.
it's the act. You know what I mean? So
Exactly. And then too, the gentleman who was there, like you said, he bought that ticket for that ride. Unfortunately, like Herman Cain, it took him to another realm that's not here on the planet Earth, right?
Yeah, like true
But the
cult
thing
leaders
is this,
do. Yeah,
Trump doesn't care who he hurts.
that's exactly right.
He will smash through you to get to his means. He doesn't care. Look how many lackeys that fell for Trump. We can look at Mike Flynn. We can look at Steve Bannon. You can look at Papadopoulos. You can look at his little henchman, that fellow who was at Mar-a-Lago.
Yep.
I mean, he doesn't care whose life he destroys. If he can get what he wants out of it. So that was a photo op. I'm sorry that guy was there. I know his wife is sorry, but he bought that ticket to ride that bus.
Yeah.
Okay. And also, he had people taking ivermectin. We forget about we remember the bleach and the
and
ultraviolet
disinfectant.
light.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the ivermectin. So, yeah, that's all I wanted to say for
thank
Mr. I forget his name.
His
He's not
name
even
is
worth men-
Kelton, and he's
No. His name's not worth mentioning.
Okay, fair enough.
You know what I'm saying?
Fair
Getting all worked up, getting worked up over a clown.
W. Kabira, thank you. You're so nice.
Well, yeah, well, maybe Trump should have taken some of that ivermectin. Maybe it would have dewormed his brain. Who knows?
Well, you do a good job, and keep up the great work, all right, sis? I appreciate it, all right? Because what we're doing is we're shocking these people into reality, and as you saw this morning, Kelton, he just got shocked, all right?
Oh, yeah.
And I'm going to say his name. That's a demon.
Schmelton,
Smelton.
But anyway, hey, Zeus Kingdom, you guys have a good day. As you can tell, I'm at work, so I'm trying to contain myself.
All right, then thank you.
Hi, Keisha.
All right, well, to keep up the good work, all right. Thank you, Kabir. All right, I'll do a few more, then Big Zeus has to get up out of here real quick. Oh my gosh, who is Cooper Flag? I gotta get in here real quick. Cooper Flag, good morning. How can I help you?
Yeah, why don't you tell me who lost their life from disinfectant, like you just claimed?
Oh, okay. I can't. Didn't I just tell you? I just told him. I just told him stop doing this stuff. All right, you're not mature enough to have these conversations, bro. Good morning, Val.
Yeah,
The one name that wasn't mentioned in all of this when we talked about, because I was definitely alive when Reagan, you know what I'm saying, and Ford
Okay.
went after, you know what I'm saying, and Reagan and Ford. But nobody mentioned the name James Brady. Anybody remember who James Brady is?
James Brady. No, I don't know who James or know of him. That's a good one.
James Brady. James Brady was the White House I think he was the chief of staff
Okay.
in Reagan, and he got hit in the head during the Reagan thing, and you know what I'm saying. He actually survived it, but with permanent brain damage.
Wow.
Okay, so you know they don't remember James Brady. They don't remember Timothy McCarthy. They don't remember Thomas Delaney, which was a police officer in New York, or a DC police officer, and Timothy McCarthy, which was a Secret Service agent. You know what I'm saying? It also got, you know what I'm saying, pew-pewed in that.
Brady Bill. They put Brady Bill out there. I got to look into
Right.
that. Yeah.
Yeah,
See, I was
James
young.
Brady.
I was young, so I don't know all the
Yeah,
details.
it's the Brady Bill. That's correct. And
Okay.
then that's, you know, people forget about those names. But let me tell you the difference, Zeus.
Okay, speak on it.
When
Val.
that whole deal took place in the first, you know, pew pew happened, you know what I'm saying, on Reagan disappeared. Okay. The Secret Service swarmed him, he disappeared. He was in a car so fast that you know what I'm saying, he was gone. There was no president there to see the aftermath. Okay. And that's the way it worked with Ford, you know what I'm saying? And even that's the way it worked with Kennedy. That's, you know, they swarm him. And it doesn't matter what that president tries to do. These people will pick him up and put him in something. They're leaving the scene. Okay. That's the thing. There'd have been no standing up. There'd have been no capability of doing it. None of that would have happened. He would have been gone faster than you could have blinked your eye. Okay. And that's what the difference is here.
Thank you.
And I've seen, you know what I'm saying? I've seen the videos. So to me, there's only two outcomes. The Secret Service forgot how to do their job, which I don't really believe is the case.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Or because they practice this constantly. Or, you know what I'm saying? Or it's very performative. But guess what? In performative things, people can lose their life. But Kabir was absolutely right. They don't know if there's one or two. And I actually looked that up, what he was claiming a minute ago.
Yeah.
And yes, they were very, that was yelled out in the crowd.
Oh.
Okay. And he stood up as the Secret Service was still asking, are we clear to leave? Are we clear to get, you know what I'm saying, to get out of here? Okay. And he stood up before that. Before they didn't even have the all clear. And so there's another thing you need to understand. Anything that I could see hearing the Secret Service officers going, we're all clear, or are we all clear? But the Secret Service officers, the ones that are getting the message of the shooter is down, would only hear that in their earbuds.
Thank you. W Val. And so listen to that. That's we're like everybody except for the guest that came up here. You know who he is.
Mm-hmm.
We all understand what staged events look like, Val, and that's all I was trying to convey.
Right. Well, the other part about that is he's trying to say there's never been another event like that. Well, Reagan was damn near exactly like that. Okay. Another person basically lost their livelihood. You know what I'm saying? Lost who they were.
Yeah.
You know, that's where the Brady Bill comes from. Two other people were pew-pewed.
Yeah.
You know, that's, you know what I'm saying? But to try to say that they weren't the same, they were the same. They were in public. We got on TV.
And he knows
and you
that.
brought up something else. You actually brought up something else during that. Within a week, we knew everything about John Hinckley.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Why don't we know anything about Thomas Matthew Crooks?
There you go. That's a good question.
Wouldn't it make sense that if, as the president of the United States, that should be one of the things he investigates so that it doesn't ever happen again? I would
Exactly.
think
These are things that you use as training. You know what I'm saying? They're learning. You know, how do you say it? Training opportunities. You know what I'm saying? These are things you.
And what about
learn
the
from.
CK investigation? Is there a congressional inquiry into that?
There wasn't even an autopsy, so I don't even know where we go.
Okay. And see, this is where I encourage any of the Trump supporters out there that are, this makes you very uncomfortable. I really encourage you to just sit down with yourself and breathe and really assess this. This is how A lot of folks end up getting misled because they're not processing their emotions in a healthy way. All right, but these are real legitimate concerns we're asking you to look into. And don't come back with all the anger and the outrage. No, we've already dealt with it on our end. We've already dealt with you trying to accuse us of doing it.
What we're seeing is very active, and that's not just in these subjects, right?
No.
You know, in subjects that are happening in Ukraine, and subjects that are happening with our job market here, and subjects that are happening with our economy. What we're actually seeing is the American public being lied to or diverted in other directions rather than looking at what is actually happening in the country and with our government. We're being, every time something bad is about to come down that makes this president look a little bit worse, we get another distraction.
Correct. Like right now, they're lying about what's happening in Portland.
Right.
Lies.
I mean, Portland, I mean, we've all seen the videos. The news people have even done the videos. You know, the news channels have gone there and said, what violence are we talking about here? You know, these are crazy things that are going on in this country to try to turn the military to the country. And y'all need to understand something. And I tell, and the judge explained it best. The judge in Oregon, Trump appointed judge, put this in her decision.
Yeah.
We are getting dangerously close to martial law with these decisions. And she's exactly right. And Trump supporters, I know y'all love your 2A. All to the, you know what I'm saying? Your 2A is what it's all about. I want to remind you that going into martial law suspends the Constitution. And when you go into martial law, they can take your pew-pews at will. Okay? And I also want to remind you that very similar type of events, very similar type of events is how Mustache Man disarmed Germany.
W Val, huge W Val. And so, and Val, could you at least highlight once again, are there instances in which Donald Trump does things to act like he's going after the radical left, but then it actually turns out harming his own base? Are there examples?
Absolutely. You can't go after the radical left or go after Republicans. What you're really talking about is going after people. Okay. I mean, we all don't wear badges that say we voted blue or red. I mean, that's not the American, you know what I'm saying? That's not the America we wake up in every morning. But we do wake up in an America where people in towns will get hurt both left and right. It doesn't matter. If the Constitution is subverted for one, it is subverted for all.
Boom.
And your other guest, your first guy, the troll that came up here earlier, said something.
Slice of bread or something.
Yeah,
like
said something very interesting. He said, I like him because he doesn't care what the people think.
Selfish.
Well, I want to remind everybody that we voted for a president. A matter of fact, every one of our elected officials, not just him, let's not just use him in this case. Every elected official that we vote for, we put in office to actually care for the American people. That is actually their job, to care what the American people think.
Yeah.
Their job is to listen to us, find out what we need in our different areas, and push that forward for legislation. They're paid. We pay them to care about what we think.
Amen. Amen. All right, brother. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's give Val a huge round of applause. No lies detected. Thank you, bro. I'm well past my time slot.
I know you are.
I know. I'm supposed to only be an hour on Thursdays and Fridays. Oh my gosh, I'll let Shay close us out this morning, and then I got to get up out of here. All right, good morning, Shay, the beautiful Shay. What do you got?
Hey. Yeah, make it quick.
Thank you.
You guys covered it. I mean, I was going to say that. Like, it doesn't matter if they scream, we got him, right? It doesn't matter. The Secret Service's job is to protect the president and not allow him to pop his head up. Because even if they said they got him, they don't know who else. They haven't assessed there's someone else out in the crowd. They don't know if he's a lone guy. They know none of that at that moment. Their job is to get him down and get him away. So we know in that, and Kelton, you need to stop taking the steroids that you're on because you're a little hyped up, man.
Yeah.
You're ridiculous. Take a time because there was, I didn't put that it was staged, but until I saw that video where after they've gotten the president down and then you've got these, all of a sudden what you see is that the Secret Service like they bring the photographers back around to the stage.
And they adjust the podium. The sign drops.
Yes,
Flag
and the
gets
flag
lowered.
drops.
Yeah.
And it's like he raises up and it's perfect photo op. When I saw that video, I was like, you have got to be kidding me. That was so staged. Same with that picture behind you. What's that look like? It's 9/11.
Oh, W. Shay. Wow. Wow.
Hello. Y'all remember George W. Bush sitting in a kindergarten classroom?
Whoa, my head is exploding. Oh, Shay, please. They're gonna
Totally.
Shay, they're gonna get
Publicity
so mad at you for saying that. You just jumped from one conspiracy to the next. Oh my gosh.
I can't stand conspiracies because this is but we're not dumb. They are not playing in our face. They are in our face showing you, this is great.
And
Perfect
what we
timing.
saw with Pete Kegsbreath last week or 2 weeks ago, wasn't that a reenactment of that movie? What did you say, Patton?
Oh, Patton.
Yeah.
Yes. Completely staged. The minute I saw that, and it was funny when I get on X later and I see everyone else saying, I'm like, yep, that's exactly my thought. That was Patton. The large American flag, the speech is the same about American men and they're fighting and they need to go to war. And
It's just so obvious.
It's so obvious what this is. This is not a real administration. They are not serious. They're absolutely not serious in helping the American people and doing anything.
Yeah.
And hey, you know, the Gaza Palestine, the Israeli Gaza thing, great. We're at a peace for a minute.
Yeah.
Okay. At a minute. So let's be real clear because Biden did the same piece still. There was a ceasefire for a minute. And then the Israeli government said, no, that's not good enough. And then they started bombing, Gaza again, right?
Yeah.
So we'll see. I'm happy for the Palestinians to get some food and relief for a minute.
Yeah.
I'm hoping it stays this way.
Correct.
But be real clear, there's still 20 points to this plan. This is the very first stage. Hamas has to agree to disarm. I don't see that they'll do that. So we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
Everybody's like, woo, woo, woo. Okay, listen, we all want peace.
Yeah.
And if he gets credit, he get his Nobel Peace Prize over this peace, fine. We don't care about that. That's great. May he take all the credit. May he do all that. That's fine.
Fair enough. I mean,
But we'll see.
We'll see. Yeah,
We'll see.
But I don't know how he's going to get the peace, especially when he's
I don't
creating
either.
nothing but hell in the United States. It doesn't work like
agree.
that. But
No.
all right, Shay.
I agree with you, man. All right, have a great day.
Love you,
Bye,
Shay.
everybody. Love you guys in the kingdom.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Listen, that concludes the special broadcast. Big Sis does have to get up out of here. And to me, it's been a very rewarding show. I really do take great pleasure in knowing that I've ruined Kelton's morning and Gregory Jones's morning this morning because now they know the cat's out of the bag. We all know that Donald Trump is just stringing them on. They're nothing more than a bunch of props in his little Hollywood acts that he's putting on to try to make it look like he's really a successful president. He's not a successful president. He's a terrible one. Look at his poll numbers. Huge W Zeus. And so I don't feel bad making Kelton cry this morning. I really don't, all right? Because I could do a lot worse. But along that note, I want to give, honestly, all of you a huge, huge round of applause. W.A. Christina, it's so lovely to see you. I know you don't always agree with everything that I say, but I got to give you credit for you're taking steps in the right direction, and I do encourage you to keep just pursuing the truth. But I also got to give one last round of booze and shame, and you know exactly who this goes out to. I'm not going to mention their name, but they know exactly who they are. Keep on being Donald Trump's pawns, all right? I'm pretty sure you'll have the brightest future in hell. I don't care.
Silence.
All right.
You macadamia.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I am out of here. Take care and stay safe. Have a great rest of your morning. say yes on Prop 50. Hey, hey. Hey, Kelton, come here. Let me whisper in your ear like that. You know what I would say to you, Kelton? I'd go like this.
You've been duped again.
And take your friend Gregory Jones with you. Because you know, you can sell Gregory, you can sell Gregory a bunch of bananas for $1 million and he'd buy them. W. Hey! Governor Pritzker, yes. Hey, Kimmy, you didn't want to get up in the box and dance with your boy, Big Zeus? I know why I wouldn't do it either. Yes on 50. Ever since Honey's was very sad. From Diego to the Bay. Hey, straight putting it down for California, yay! Let's go! In the city! In the city! You can't do that. W, little hawk. Keep it rocking. Lady Boss. They try to get me to take myself down on TikTok. It didn't work today. I was cool, calm, and collective, as they say, right? McKelton's worked up. I'm gonna ride you until the music stops. Out on bail, fresh out of jail, California dreaming. Let's go! Fresh out of jail! Just the notes and cats. Crossing with half caution, we collide with other groups. Bumping and grinding like a slow jam. Like a slow jam! Say what you say, but give me that ball beat from Dre. Let me serenade the streets of LA. From Oakland to Sacktown, the Bay Area and back down. Cali is where they put their Mac down. Give me love. In the city. Let's go. Hey. Hey. Woo! Lady Ball. Let's go. Alter ego. Hey. Woo! Hey, Tiffany. All right, I got to get up out of here, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all take care and stay safe out there in those TikTok streets. And to your Trump supporters, y'all keep falling forward, all right? I love it. Keep giving me the content. I need it, all right? Keep on falling forward. I'm out of here.